The final point I want to mention is that you can make the processes work for you. There is a way to make the processes genuinely more enjoyable, and there's a lot of methods that you can employ to make this happen. It's important to realize that you're on your own side. You don't want to punish yourself for messing up. You don't want to participate in activities that you find absolutely unenjoyable to your core. There are ways to make these things that are good for you also feel good in the moment. A really good example of this is I wanted to start doing deadlifts, but I hate deadlifts. And I know that deadlifts are super good for you and they're one of the most useful compound exercises you can implement. But I do not find any enjoyment in doing deadlifts whatsoever. I kind of have low back pain, and allegedly deadlifts are supposed to help your low back pain because you can strengthen your low back by doing them. But if your low back hurts so much that you can't do them anyways, I don't know. It's always just been a mess for me. But I recently discovered the Hex bar. And even though the Hex bar is kind of frowned upon with like powerlifting purists or whatever, who gives a shit? I tried it and I found it so much more comfortable to do the lift. I could load up more weight on it. The weight was distributed to my hips and not to my low back off the initial pickup. And now Hex bar deadlifts are a staple of my back day routine. It's something that I actually look forward to doing. Another example is reading books. Maybe you actually hate sitting down to read a book. So instead you might want to try audiobooks. This video is not sponsored by Audible, by the way. I've mentioned habit bunching on this channel. Maybe you want to implement a writing habit every single morning. Maybe you create a rule with yourself where you can't have your first sip of coffee unless you have written your first sentence of writing. And as you're writing, you get to enjoy this nice hot cup of coffee. Do not be afraid to modify your approach and modify the habit so that it is something that is more enjoyable to you. And if the process itself is something that you look forward to doing, then I guarantee you it'll be no problem sticking with that change for the long term. So the bottom line